We're Call of Duty players. We never die because of our own mistakes. It's always something else. The enemy's just lucky, they're camping, they're lagging, or maybe it's you lagging. Even though we all throw those excuses around sometimes, true lag is a real struggle for some players, and that's exactly what we're here to talk about today. Before we dive into how to play with bad internet and turn those weaknesses into sneaky advantages, let's set some ground rules. Your internet can be broken down into basically two things: uploads and downloads. Each of these bad boys has three key features: speed, or how fast that data flies; ping, which is the delay between you and the server; and packet loss, the amount of information that gets lost along the way. Now, most folks these days probably don't have internet so slow it totally wrecks their game. But packet loss, that's a different story. That's when things get real messed up. Desync, hit registration issues, rollback, falling through the floor, you know, the whole 200 ms CODM experience. And guess what? The higher your ping, the more likely you are to lose packets too. For those two problems, yeah, you're pretty much screwed. Super laggy connection, no magic trick can fix that. Gotta find a way to beef up that connection. But hey, high ping doesn't mean you're out. You can still rock it if you know how to use it to your advantage. Here's what I've learned from being the king of lag. Think about it like this. Ping is the delay between you and the server. Higher ping means more delay. Technically, the higher your ping, the further back in time you are compared to everyone else. You see things a little later and they see you a little later too. We all know the downsides of high ping, feeling like you get insta-killed like you never had a chance, or dying behind cover because on their screen, you were still out in the open. Forget what everyone else says. High ping? Go aggressive. Hold the line, you're toast. The enemy sees you before you see them thanks to that ping delay. But here's the flip side. When you peek someone holding a line, you see them first. Boom, surprise attack. Again, because of that sweet lag. You're basically peeking into the past, and so are they. High ping also messes with how enemies see you. On the enemy's POV, it seems like you're not even moving. The game can't keep up, so it just throws up its hands and says, screw it, I'm not showing all those movements. So keep it simple. Strafe, slide, jump. On the other hand, if the enemies are moving like crazy, they will look all jumpy and teleporting around. You can't control that mess, so just focus on your own aggressive tactics. Alright, so we talked about simple movements, playing aggro, and basically challenging everyone you see. But what else can you do to dominate with high ping? Forget fancy equipment and weapons for now. Here's the real talk. Spam that fire button. You know your hit registration might be sketchy, so light them up until you see that sweet red hit marker. Even if someone dips behind cover, keep shooting a bit. Desync might be your friend there. Pre-firing is your BFF too, thanks to that delay. If you can't peek yet, at least try to stack the odds in your favor for when someone peeks you. Now here's the golden rule most people forget. High ping means ditching certain weapons. Bullet velocity weapons? Nope. They make hit registration feel even worse. Slow firing guns? Same story. One missed shot with that pea shooter feels like a lifetime on lag. Stick with weapons like the Fennec, Holger, or AK-117. M13 can work too, but if your shots feel like they're disappearing, swap it for something without bullet velocity. Low flinch is a plus. On high ping, you tend to get smacked with 2 shots at once, making flinch feel double annoying. Trust me. Shotguns? Yep, skip those. You might think a few missed pellets ain't a big deal, but with shotguns, it's all or nothing. 1-shot kill or barely 20 damage. That's your life on laggy ping. Here's the shocker. Snipers can actually be pretty strong. Yeah, they have high flinch, slow fire rate, and you'll probably be holding lines, which isn't ideal. But for some reason, hit registration feels okay with snipers. Sure, there's delay, but it doesn't feel like you're missing way more compared to having low ping. Last but not least, some general tips that don't need a lot of explanation. Sound and map awareness are key. You gotta compensate for that laggy disadvantage, so listen up for enemy sounds and keep your eyes glued to the map. Don't be scared, be bold. Like I said before, high ping is your chance to be an aggro king. You go challenge those enemies and exploit that ping difference. Dead silence is your best friend. Stay quiet, stay sneaky, and give away as little info as possible. Jump for joy and invincibility. In midair, your lag might make you a temporary god, invincible for a split second. So don't be afraid to take that leap of faith, like jumping on Summit's P2. Pack a punch for those laggy hits. Your main weapon might whiff sometimes, so carry secondary weapon like LCAR-9 or a Dobvera to finish the job. Skip the shorty, J358 or Deagle, slow fire it or shotguns won't cut it here. Go big or go home with your mags. Same reason. Bigger clips mean more bullets to compensate for those missed shots. Burst and semi-auto weapons? Nah, too tricky. Stick with full auto for maximum control on laggy days. Sometimes you gotta hold the line. When someone finally peeks, slide, jump, Do whatever it takes to buy yourself a split second. That little movement might make all the difference with your lag. Hipfire isn't that effective unless you're at 1 cm of your enemy. Otherwise, aim down sights for better accuracy. Not all operators are created equal. Skip these guys for high ping, Prairie Fire, War Machine, Sparrow, Tempest, Shadowblade, and Bull Charge. Trust me. We're good to go. If you have other tips and tricks, tell us in the comments below. And since high ping is all about playing aggressive, how about learning how to snipe aggressively?